How's it, everybody? Spurs lose 134-121 in Memphis, come crashing down to earth after their two best wins of the year against the Bucks and Celtics. Um, and before we get started here, uh, friends on Twitter, I'm going to give away a ticket to an upcoming game to one of my YouTube subscribers later in the show. So get over on YouTube if you haven't already. Subscribe to that channel. Thank you, everybody. 1,000 subscribers. It's pretty crazy. Love you all. So, DeMar DeRozan tonight. Michael Jordan with hair. 36 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He's been playing out of his mind. In this third quarter, he just completely took over, and he must have drawn 10 fouls in this game. He shot 14 free throws. He was all over the place. I mean, just fantastic game from him. Thank you. It's like shredded. I got it for $20 because it was so beat up. But yeah, so DeRozan had a fantastic game. LaMarcus Aldridge had a very good game for the way he's been playing. 21 points, 9 rebounds. He shot 5 of 9 from 3, and that's just like a normal fit. This has to be close to his career high for 3-point attempts in a game. 9 attempts for LaMarcus Aldridge. That's a lot. And Bryn Forbes had 21 points, shot the ball well. Good for you, Bryn. 4 of 8 from 3. His defense was another story, but it always is. Tonight we got heads on coin flip Bryn. So good for you, Bryn. Why did the Spurs lose this game if all those guys played so well? Team defense was lacking, especially on the perimeter. Team defense was not good. Rebounding was not good. Let's see. Spurs got 37 rebounds total, and the Grizzlies got 49 rebounds total, 11 offensive. So if you give teams that many extra chances, second chance points, it's not going to go so well. And another reason that the Spurs lost this game was because their young core did not play well. Trey Lyles has been starting for this team for a lot of these games. He shot 1 of 5 tonight, 2 points, 16 minutes. Yeah, the Spurs were lacking some aggression defensively, especially. Patty and Bryn defending Ja Morant was not great. Kind of goes without saying. But yeah, young core, DeJounte Murray did not have a great game. Derek White, 3 points on 1 of 6 shooting. And Lonnie Walker, 1 of 5 shooting, 3 points. Not very effective. Lonnie, it looked like early in the game he was doing a little too much. He was attacking like into 4 defenders and, drawing contact but not getting fouls. So that was, a little disappointing to see, but, they're young players. It's going to happen. It's just weird and unfortunate that it happened to all of them on the same night. That wasn't great. On the other side, Memphis just hit some crazy shots in this game. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, the Spurs defense was pretty bad. They gave up a lot of open shots. But Jaren Jackson Jr., 5 of 7 from 3. Dylan Brooks, 5 of 12. Those guys were just ripping it. And yeah, Ja Morant, 22 points, 14 assists. He was just breaking down the defense, and it was that you can't blame on too much on Bryn Forbes, even though they went after him a couple times. But I mean, he was doing this against DeJounte and Derek White too. Yeah, Spurs gave up 134 points. You're not really gonna win a lot of games when you do that. Um, all right, YouTube people, I'm gonna give away that ticket now. Uh, First person to comment Boban in the YouTube chat gets the ticket. Go. You got to comment Boban. I mean, don't say me, say Boban. Come on. I couldn't have been more clear about this. Hey, all right, cool. There we go. I'll send you an email after you and Dad, and we'll get that again. Thank you guys all, seriously. Everybody who has subscribed, supported my work in any way. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate you. Yeah. So what did we learn about the Spurs in this game? We learned that they can score 121 points and lose. That's something they can do. We learned the perimeter defense is important. What else did we learn? Rudy Gay had an interesting game, 13 points, 5 of 12. His defense has been pretty not great, especially on the perimeter. So yeah, it's this team definitely still has its issues, and you can see some of those issues in the the wins against Milwaukee and the Celtics. As good as those games were, they were definitely holes in the defense. So for a trade, I'm not sure. I think if anything at this point, the way the Spurs are playing, in DeMar and Aldridge are probably going to stay. If the Spurs were to trade a guy like Bryn Forbes or Marco Bellinelli to, say, Philadelphia, that's a trade that I think of that makes a lot of sense for both teams because they need shooting. And I don't know if that would be for a pick or for somebody to help right now. But yeah, I don't know about a true small forward. I think Keldon Johnson. I would like to see Keldon Johnson play some minutes at the backup three. I tweeted out a rotation earlier that was like, I would start DeJounte, Lonnie, DeMar, Trey, and LaMarcus. Bench unit of White, and then Patty or Bryn, Keldon Johnson at the 3, Rudy at the 4, Yak at the 5. I love that. Like that has a lot of defense. You're limiting the liabilities out there. And it's something like that I think we're going to see down the road. We know how Pop is with the rookies. I'm not going to talk about Brandon Clark. You're trying to trick me, but I'm not going to talk about him. Why would I talk about Brandon Clark? I mean, sure, the Spurs could have drafted him with the 19th pick. And many people were surprised that he had fallen to that far. And, I mean, my gosh, he's looked great this year. But yeah, I would never say anything about Brandon Clark. I would never yearn for Brandon Clark. So stop trying to get me to do it because I'm not going to do it. Okay. Yeah, no, that kid's really good. Yeah, Dylan Brooks, because Brooks was being guarded by Bryn and Patty. Um, and at the end of the day, I mean, there are like not a lot of teams that you can play against with bad defensive players starting. It just isn't. It's untenable. If you play bad defenders, you're going to give up a lot of points. That's a uh, pretty universal principle across all of sports. If you play bad defenders, you're going to give up a lot of points. It's just the way it goes. What did the Grizzlies shoot from 3 tonight? 16 of 38. Yeah. Grizzlies also started this game hitting more free throws, getting more calls. But I mean, DeMar single-handedly reshaped that in the second half. He came out and was like, "I'm just throwing my body into these dudes," and he got so many foul calls. Excuse me. Game got me 16 and 21 now. I think we probably expected them to lose one of the Celtics or Bucks games and probably win this game. But the Grizzlies are now 17-22. That race for the 8th seed is going to be, I mean, for the rest of the season, it's going to be tight between a whole bunch of teams. But the Spurs are still right in this. I mean, one loss to a also not fantastic bottom of the West team is not a reason to just dump all the progress that has been made. I mean, the two most important guys for the Spurs played really solid games tonight. DeMar DeRozan and DeMar DeRozan played at an all-star level, and LaMarcus Aldridge played like a perfect play next to him. And the other guys on the Spurs didn't do their jobs quite as well. And that's why the Spurs lost this game at the end of the day. That lack of production and the issues on defense. So I'll go through the tape tomorrow, see how it looks, and we'll break that all down. Have a breakdown on the Bucks game, that win, breakdown on the Celtics game up, and you know they've been playing the same way for really 10 games now since the last game in Memphis, and it's the same principles. It's spreading floor, letting DeMar DeRozan play inside out, and LaMarcus Aldridge setting screens and hitting threes, and giving other guys space inside to do what they do. So there's still a lot of positives to take from a game like this. It's disappointing that Spurs lost, but you know, sometimes you play pretty well on offense and you can't stop anybody, and you lose a basketball game. And that's what happened tonight. So we'll see where the Spurs take this going forward. And yeah, the next game is Sunday afternoon in Toronto. Wonder what the over-under for DeMar points will be for that one. Whatever it is, take the over. I'm anticipating the big game from him. He's been playing at an all-star level. So, I mean, that'll be a fun game to watch. And yeah, the Spurs are under 500 right now. but they're still right there for the 8th seed. Um, so we'll see. Another day tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you again, everybody, so much. Uh, Young Deb, I'll get in touch with you. We'll set up that ticket. But yeah, Spurs lose. That's okay. As always. Go Spurs, go.